What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and right now we're going to be talking about how you can get that free 96 overall Sean Taylor in Madden 24 Ultimate Team. Please feel free to go ahead and subscribe and become a member. Click the link in the description box. If you have personalized questions that you need answered, this is the best place for you to be. Number one, we're going to be talking about the live events. Many of you guys were asking me what you should do with the first week when you if you guys actually completed this field pass. It was very, very simple. I know you guys can see that we're on the MUT max level for this particular Ultimate Legend thing, and you did get a 90 plus Ultimate Legends player. I did stress very, very strongly that I do not believe that you guys should open it. Okay, and the reason I didn't believe that we should open that pack yet is because a lot of the players are really trash. Now, typically with this pack right here, it's a possibility that you can get something that's decent, but right now the Ultimate Legends are really trash. So even with Sean Taylor coming out and some of you guys asking me, yo G, how do I get him for free and things like that, I'm gonna break it down for you guys in the video. Shout out to my No Money Spent players, NMS, in the comments right now. I really have to make sure you guys understand thoroughly what's going on. There are a few things that you guys should be aware of. In the Ultimate Legend challenges, although you're able to actually get the collectibles, there is no set right now available at the time of this video, okay? EA Sports will put that set out later. Just remember, Team of the Year and all that stuff is dropping very soon. So there's gonna be a lot of free cards out there. There's gonna be a lot of ways for you to upgrade your team without spending money. And right here is where you're gonna get that information and thoroughly be able to do that successfully, all right? I do wanna also point out, okay, if you are investing into this Ultimate Legend right now, the teams and stuff like that, they made it a point earlier this year before Legends dropped to let us know there is no chance of those type of chemistry, as far as promos go. So there will not be Ultimate Legend theme teams, and there will not be Legend theme teams. They said that back in like July before the game was even launched. So there's nothing that's going to change that. So if you are investing in these players, it is strictly for your theme team. Like Sean Taylor would be like the Washington Commanders. There's no other way around it. So as you go through this and you try to analyze what you want, just remember all of these players, the reason that nobody really cared about them right now is because of the fact that the Super Bowl promo is still winning. All right, so just keep that in mind. You do the field pass. If you are trying to pull one of these, it's highly likely you can get a 96 out of that 90 plus pack that you can do for free. That's also one of the ways. You could go through the collectibles and wait for them to drop the set and get a free card that way. Or you can follow the routine here. Now, one of the upgrades that they've done that they did not do with Legends, I'm going to show you that real quickly, because it doesn't matter what happens with the Legends, they did not give us opportunity to make the cards. Like even right here, like I guess it's kind of, we might have to back out. Whenever it gives you the gray card type thing, it's a visual glitch. It's stupid. It's been going on for years. Just back out and go back in. Not a big deal if you understand what's going on, but it could be to people that don't understand. So if it ever comes up like that, when the players are grayed out and they don't actually come back like that, you usually back out and then you come back in, slide down a little bit and go back up, and then usually it loads itself back up. Right now you can see that the players are dark or whatever, but it doesn't really matter. Like the black outline, that's not the true way that the cards look, but they could be loading up different things, and EA Sports, it's always something wild going on. But anyway, I want to show you guys what's happening, right? There was no other way to get any other legend other than the fact that you can get a free legend from the Legend Token Exchange. So they've changed that with the Ultimate Legends, where you can start from scratch and build up what you actually want and get the card for free. So how do you do that? You're gonna have to go over here and start with the 87s. Now look, let me urge you guys very, very quickly to understand the way that I would do it. I would not waste 584s here. I would utilize other card set to make the cards that I need. And I'm gonna break that down for you in a second because I've already made some of the other cards, right? This right here is kind of insane because with the value of the 87, they don't really have value. So theoretically speaking, it's kind of ridiculous that they would want 5, but EA Sports finds ways to take your coins regardless. And you can actually spend on an 87 and save without having to utilize these cards if you were to sell them individually. The problem is, like, the feedback that I get, obviously every year that we do this, the card's value, they change. Nobody cares about an 84 or a specific card because there's nothing going on like Team Diamonds 2 or anything. There's no real value for 84s. So people will just throw them in the sets, make the 87s, or when you play challenges, you could actually get free 87s from the challenges as well. So in this particular case, I would urge you guys to be careful and follow the guidelines because it's not like the way that I did the previous videos. And I'm going to point that out right now. Let's say, for instance, right, you wanted to complete like Steve Smith Sr., right? To get the Steve Smith Sr., you need 2 specific of his card or whatever card it is. If we're thinking about Sean Taylor, it's going to be 2 versions of Sean Taylor and then the 93 overall player, like, you know, any 93 overall player. So making the 93s is going to be what the interesting part about this whole video is, because 93s are going to be around, you know, 100K, 125 and stuff like that. So what I would say to do, right, I would make my 93s with the other sets first, and then we would come back to this section right here. And obviously the only thing you really have to make in this whole situation to make sure that you get it for free would be the special 93 overall player, which in that case you would need the 90 overalls in order to make it, because that's going to be the most expensive one, is when you have to get the specific card that goes into the set. So making the currency for what you're going to need is the most important part. To give you an idea about the 90 overalls and their price ranges, they're still pretty cheap. Why are they cheap? Because there's no theme team involved, except for the actual teams they played for. There's no promo theme team. There's no Ultimate Legend team chemistry. People don't care about this promo, but you may want that Sean Taylor on your theme team. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is for any one of them, but people have specifically been asking about Sean Taylor. He's a fan favorite. So that's why I'm showing you guys this. Now, you see the way the Ultimate Legend situation is working. Very similar to the AKAs, right? So how would we make the things that we need? There are a few ways you can do it, all right? The first way, with the 93s, with any 93 you need, you can utilize the core set, which you see I'm 3 or 4. I can easily make, you know, one of the 90 to 91s and then be ready to go with this, because that's what this one takes, all right? That's one way to make a 92 to a 93. Usually that spits out non-stop 93s. It's something glitchy about that actual set, but again, it's up to you how you want to do it, right? The next way that you can do it is this way. You can go over to the honors, right? The honors, the honors promo, they give you the option for that as well. Once I can find it, where is it? I know I must have passed over it already. Super Bowl, that's gridirons. Where are the honors? I don't see on. Okay, there it goes. All right, dude. It just be like going right by me sometimes. This one right here, this pack. People overlook this pack because they're gonna charge you the extra 90 to 91 to make it 5 instead of 4, but you're guaranteed the 93. All right. So this is actually very, very simplistic to do. And the next question I get is, okay, G, how are we making the 90 to 91s, right? G, where are the 90 to 91s? Very, very easily answered, right? We go over, this is like, dude, this has been working for so many of you guys that it's unbelievable. And I appreciate the feedback for those of you guys that are out there making a lot. This would be the easiest way to make the 90s. I would use this one over the actual, the way that most people do it with the core set, because again, you're guaranteed the 90. So now, as far as the 87 to 88s, we're about to have Division Dynasty Part 2. So this is something that you're gonna have to gauge on how you wanna do it, because you may need these cards, but I would probably urge you to use the Division Dynasty to get the 88s, to make the 90s, even though they're not 87s, because these don't require too many of one thing. 186, 3 84 to 85s, and 4 82 to 83s. Very minimal number of cards for, cards that are trash that you don't even use, but they're not overdoing it, and it splits up. Or you can go the headliner route and get the 87. It's completely up to you. But to make the 90s, you need an 87 or 88. Headliners is one set. That's all it is. You go in there and you make the one card, and that's it. It's done. You know what I'm saying? This one right here, again, they're taking all your 84s though for the guarantee. So that's up to you how you wanted to do it. But this is the background and the breakdown of how you would make the 93s. And then finally, yo G, how do I make the currency for, to make it absolutely free with the cards that I have? Because there's no other set that I can use to sell the cards. No, not necessarily. We can go over here, we could take a look at the Super Bowl present, right? I've already put the cards together for this, where I can get 95s done, right? Because I'm ready to go. Like, I already know what my plan is. I can make these, or I can make the Super Bowl pass. because I already have those 92s ready to go because they're any 92s. So I've already made the currency that I'm going to need to possibly buy the 2 specific Sean Taylor 93s, or I can utilize it to make the cards in the set. Doesn't really matter, but you can see I'm all set with all of them. So I can go ahead and make that other currency. How am I doing this? I'm making the cards that I need for the set so I don't have to spend money. That is ultimately what it is. Now, it is a lot more tedious to do it the way that I'm doing it, but I need you guys to understand that there are other ways to get these things done for free without having to every week spend money. A lot of what's in your binder, although they're low overall cards, are valuable. So I would just check the price ranges of what they're going for and see which one I want to make as far as 95s go. And all of them are about the same, about 400K. You may get more out of the past Super Bowl than the present, just simply because, you know, they're just overall better players and people are using them, but it's going to be about 400K. And that's how I would set up to get the 2 team specific. I showed you how to make the 90 and 91s, to make the 93 with the honors cards, and that's how you would ultimately get any of them for free. But this video specifically is for you Sean Taylor fans out there. Feel free to go ahead and like, share, subscribe. I will see you guys and girls next time. You have an unbelievable and blessed day. Until next time, one love, y'all.